What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Dwitch back again with another video. This is another day in my life of me building my business $2 million for the year. This video will talk about performance, talk about show a rev check, and then that'll probably be it for the videos. Nothing too crazy, honestly, to talk about. I kind of talked about everything I need to talk about throughout this week, but I kind of update you guys kind of what things are looking like right now. So currently right now, with the main store, this week is probably like one of the worst weeks I've ever seen KM boosting. It's not one of the worst weeks, but performance for sure has dropped. Like, to give context, last week we pushed 10k rev for the week for the main store, which isn't anything crazy, but in comparison to what we did this week, which we're currently down 55%, it's pretty shit. And now I did explain in a previous video why we're in that current position, and the reason why we're in that position is because we are currently launching a lot of separate testing campaigns at like $50 a day. And when you're spending that low amount of budget, I probably won't go in crazy in depth to this because I talked about it, I think, last video. But essentially, long story short, if you're not spending that much on campaigns, there's a lot of fluctuation. And obviously I knew this, but I didn't really take it into account because performance was doing fairly decent. So moving forward, what I did yesterday is I launched a scaling campaign with all the winning ads from honestly the past couple of weeks into one CPO. I'm playing with bid caps on it. I put the budget at 1k a day, but I put bid caps so it's won't spend more than, like, what would I set it at? I think I set it at, what was it, 10% margin? And now it can potentially spend better than that, but it's trying to spend. Fuck, what am I saying? Yo, I'm tired of shit. Okay, basically what the bid caps, the goal for that is to see if it can just spend as profitably as possible. And I'm down for it to, on a bad day spend, close to like a 5 to 10% margin, just so we don't lose money on any bad day. And on good days, obviously it'll perform way better. That's my thought process with it. And in my head is, if we have all the winning assets and we always cycle in new assets into that campaign, then we should theoretically be able to always maintain a good enough ROAS to where on a bad day, maybe we're at like a 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5. On a good day, we're like at a 2 to 3x ROAS on that campaign. And in doing that, that's going to allow us to, obviously it's not going to always spend the full $1,000. It probably won't even spend the full $1,000 in general. But if it's able to, spend half of that, spend even like, not even, I don't know, like even less than half of that, but still highly profitable or whatever, then it's still a good, campaign for us, because then our testing campaigns, I know we can average on a weekly basis, potentially a 2 ROAS on them. Or even if we average at 1.8, even at 1.5, not 1.5, honestly a 2 ROAS. That's what I've seen, honestly. For the most part, with these testing campaigns on an average basis, some of them do shit, some of them do well, but the ones that do well, we just scale them up. And again, if we average that much with those ones, then on a bundle level, we could potentially achieve a 1.5 ROAS overall on Meta at scale. Google does 3 ROAS at like 20% of what Meta's spending. And then we have our email marketing and our new affiliate system that we're implementing, and all that whole flywheel effect hopefully should be enough to help us sustain, 6-figure months. Obviously, this is just theoretical, like not theoretical, but hypothetical, whatever you want to call it, because again, we're not at that level of scale yet. But that's kind of my whole thought process behind it. I kind of neglected the fact that we needed to have one campaign still spending a good amount of money, because again, if we have winning assets, why not allocate a good amount of funds to it, even if it's not at the best performing ROAS, because again, we have decent systems to recover lost revenue. So that's kind of the whole process there with the main store. I'm also been analyzing performance and looking at different brands, jewelry brands, and honestly, I'm realizing that the biggest thing with those type of brands is that they're always running some type of sale. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, let's, test this theory out and launch a summer sale and just discount the product price a little bit. Nothing too crazy. We haven't really discounted the main product honestly since Q4, so I think it might be a good leverage point. I know for a fact there's a bunch of people that have seen the shit and just didn't want to buy it due to the fact of the price point. So I'm thinking about just doing a summer sale and really just run a summer sale the way I would run a Q4 push. So essentially just having a bunch of most aware content just being made and just doing a bunch of, creative output. And I think really if we're able to, again, we don't know, like it might not work, but I've seen that's how a lot of these jewelry brands get a lot of scale. And the off season is just doing a decent discount in summertime and just get, Q3 ready or get your revenue up for Q3. So then when it comes to Q4, it's kind of easier to kind of push volume because you're already at a higher, scale level. So again, that's kind of like the direction I'm trying to head into right now. We're seeing a shit week, but again, I basically understand why we're having a shit week. So like, it's not that deep to me. Again, we found a new winning hat, honestly. So again, like, it's all about optimization. Again, I analyzed it, I looked at it, and that's the piece that we're missing into the ad account. So I created it. Maybe though, the bid caps might not perform the way I wanted to, so I might just remove the bid cap and maybe start the budget at $500 a day. Maybe, I don't know yet. But again, that's kind of what I'm playing with. And yeah, that's kind of where that store's at. Yeah, fuck. What else did I want to talk about? Honestly, nothing too crazy for that store. Second store, honestly, we haven't really touched it that much. I really just want to, because the previous week, I was kind of touching too much shit, launching too much stuff, and again, it became unoptimized. So I'm really trying to let this stuff sit and optimize itself with the interest. I cut some bad interest, I added some new interest. One interest has like 2 sales right now. And again, nothing too crazy because we're only spending $10 a day on each single interest ad group because we're taking it pretty slow, honestly, because we're not trying to blow budget. But yeah, we're really trying to see if we can get, again, some more momentum into the door. If we can't get it by probably like next week, honestly, then I might just cut the product because again, we honestly wasted, I don't want to say wasted a lot of resources because honestly, we learned a lot. We learned basically how to make an advertorial. We learned how to build a VSL. So again, I guess I can't say it was wasted because the VSL or the advertorial did get good sales and it was able to have a decent, conversion rate. The only issue there was honestly just the creatives, and I don't even want to say the creatives because it gets good metrics. So I probably just want to say it's the whole just optimization of the ad account as a whole fucking us over. But then again, I don't want to know. That sounds like just coping. So I don't even want to say that's the whole issue. But then again, all I want to say though from that new store, even if we did, spend a lot of money and not necessarily get the results that we wanted, we did learn a lot of stuff. So again, I'm happy there in the learning portion of shit. But yeah, nothing too crazy to go over. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update of where I'm currently at with the shit. You have a good period, you have a bad period, whatever. Until you're really doing high levels of scale though, it's pretty inconsistent as you guys can see. Like if you go back to like Q4, really, I don't know how much I documented, I don't really remember. But in Q4, if you're doing a 40K week, for the most part, obviously, because the intent is consistently building up, you're going to just do a similar week, even if performance is fairly ass on Meta. Google will kind of like carry you, your emails will carry you. And like, again, for the most part, if you're doing 30K a week, you're going to consistently do a 40K week. Again, even if Meta is doing shit, and that's kind of what I've seen at a lower scale. So that's why, like, my main focus is just trying to get this shit at a higher scale point. And realistically as well, like, yeah, you make a decent amount of money in the, lower stages when you're doing 30K a month. But at this point, for me, like, the team structure that I have, it doesn't even make sense to do the low scale. And that's why, like, I'm solely focusing to do, 6-figure months because at the end of the day, like, transparently enough, to be transparent, like it's not worth it for me to run a store just to only make 30K a month. Like it doesn't make like the amount of work that you put into like you need to put into that, and I basically have to turn off or just cut off my team because at that level of scale, you don't necessarily need a team. I mean, my team isn't that big at all, for real, but it's just me, editor, VAs, shit like that. But again, to do lower scale, it's really just you, just in the trenches, right? But I want to get to that point where I'm able to delegate a good amount of shit. So that's why, like, I've really just been going back to the basics, the fundamentals of marketing, making sure that I understand the 5 stages of awareness, making sure I understand how to build a creative system that can scale, me understanding, how to manage a team, like all these different pieces that I've been learning. And while right now the income isn't where it needs to be, my knowledge is slowly getting up there and I'm learning the shit that I needed to learn. Like, again, I just want to be fully transparent with you guys. Like, I've been income for a minute now. I've been able to generate, a decent amount of income for myself, or revenue, I should say. Like, I've been able to push 2 mil across that jewelry store. But in that jewelry store process, I wasn't necessarily able to. Oh, I did learn the skills of, understanding what the 5 stages of awareness was. I didn't understand necessarily how to build a great ad. I was kind of just, I don't even know how I did it for real, for real. Like, it's just one of those ones where it's like, I worked so hard to the point where this shit just happened and we were able to push these numbers. But it's getting to that point where, I can't really push past where I want to go past because most of my skill usually comes through in Q4, in which Q4 honestly is the easiest time to sell, if I'm being honest. So in the off season, it's usually a period where it's like I'm doing lower scale, but I'm like, fuck, how am I gonna push it to the higher scale that I want it to be at? And then I finally realized the reason why is because my marketing was lacking. And I thought, my marketing was there, but the only reason why I was able to scale is because I was able to take advantage of a high intent period. And with the product that I was selling, that was the only time that, we have the high push. So that's why right now I'm really, again, learning the fundamentals of marketing to understand, okay, what angles can we push into these lower intent seasons so we can still have, good amount of scale. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at right now with everything, I'm learning a lot. The income isn't yet where it needs to be. I'm thankful again for being able to make this time money and shit. But, I think in the next coming months, we should see a good level of increase in performance with all the shit I've learned, just compounding each other. Again, I don't really know, but, I trust in God and shit that with due time, I'll get where I need to be. So it is what it is. I don't really mind. But now I'm yapping. I don't know. I'm really tired. I don't even know what I just said for real, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm tired as fuck, yo. So I'm gonna just show you guys a rev check real quick and come back to y'all tomorrow. So currently right now on the main store, again, performance got a lot better after I literally made sorry. So I was telling you guys that performance was bad because it was Monday to Wednesday, which yesterday was a fairly decent day. I don't remember what the profit margin was honestly, but I think we were profitable. We should have been profitable honestly. I think like 15% margin or some shit, which isn't too crazy, but again, it's a big change from where we were at. Today, we are honestly going crazy. And again, I told you we made a change to the ad account, and as you can see, like we're low key being rewarded. Or again, I don't know actually what's performing on there, so maybe that's not even the campaigns that are doing well. It might just be the testing campaigns that are doing well, because again, they fluctuate. Some days they're doing crazy, some days they're doing bad, and that's why we need a main campaign to capture a lot of the spend. So those ones doing bad don't necessarily affect our performance. But anyway, say all this to say, that's kind of what we're looking at in terms of performance. Damn, I low key was rambling in this video. I don't know, man. My head hurts, bruh. Fuck. But today, second store doesn't have a sale. Again, I don't know the situation with this. I don't really give a fuck necessarily about the product that we're selling. We have zero sales today. Like, if we deem that we don't want to run this product no more, then I'm not gonna lie, we built like a solid SOP for these VSLs, a solid SOP for finding products. We found finding products, solid SOP for everything. So like, I don't think the issue necessarily is the marketing. I think there might just be a disconnect with the product or maybe the offer that I'm running. There's something for a fact that's cooked, but I don't know yet. I'm gonna analyze it more. Yesterday, that's what the performance is looking like. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll really see. I'll really look into it. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Honestly, if you made it this far, I appreciate you guys watching this video. I've been seeing a lot of you guys. Well, it's not even a lot of you guys. Really, just two of you guys. Let me check what y'all names are. One was like Wiz something. I'm gonna shout y'all out because I really appreciate the comments. Like I be asking y'all, you know, where you guys are at, but y'all don't be answering. Like non-wise, shout out non-wise. You be commenting on a lot of my videos, so appreciate you, bro. This is a video you watch. I hope this is not the one video you just end out to watch, because then it'll be kind of bad. But bro, he be showing mad love. There's Zach's he been commenting on a lot of videos. Again, I appreciate, like, I see this shit when you guys be commenting. If I don't answer right away, don't think I don't see this shit. Like, I see this shit and I try to comment as much as possible. If I don't see it, then that's the only time I won't answer. But again, I appreciate everyone you guys showing love and taking action. Like, y'all will make it. Appreciate y'all taking action today. And yeah, let's fucking win. Let's get fucking rich as retired parents. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. Catch y'all in the next video. Peace.